Apologies in advance, I am feeling a little bit under the weather, but I did want to sit down and film this video for you guys because I've been excited about this video and I feel like it's going to be really helpful for you guys. So I will probably sound a little bit nasally, a little bit out of breath, and I might cough. In this video, we're going to dive into the harsh truth of manufacturing clothes for your clothing brand. When I was looking into creating season 2 of the Pumla collection, I decided that I wanted to potentially move manufacturing to the UK. So I was literally scouring the country for UK manufacturers. And that's what brought me to this video, because I started getting various quotations from different manufacturers, and I wanted to share with you guys those quotations so that you can get an idea of how much it truly costs to manufacture your clothing. These quotations are for cut and sew, so I'll be providing the fabric, the trims, the patterns, and all of that good stuff. So guys, just a note that I feel like is super important to just get out there is that when you see these small brands, especially those that manufacture locally, whether it be in the UK, in the US, or Europe, charging hundreds for their garments, it's because manufacturing is expensive. I realized that I haven't even introduced myself for those of you that don't know me. My name is Tally G, and on this channel I just like to dive in and talk full transparency into what it actually takes to run a small clothing brand. So let's dive in for the very first quote. So the products that I actually wanted manufacturing was a bowler shirt, a trouser, a very simple trouser, elasticated waist with drawstrings, and a short. As mentioned, they are going to make up series 2 of the Pumla collection. Series 1 is already online, so if you'd like to support your girl, then please head on to shafashwa.com and check out series 2 and see if there's anything that you like. Shameless plug. So the first company was based in London, and they provided me with a quotation for 30 pieces. So whenever I'm manufacturing something new, I always try and go for the lowest minimum that I can, which is usually between 30 and 50 pieces. So in this case, I was aiming for 30 pieces. So they quoted me £48 for the shirt per piece for 30 units, and sampling was going to start from £200. For the trouser, they quoted me £36 per item, per garment, and the sampling for this trouser was going to be £175. They also had this add-on which was compulsory, and it was a consultation call for £30. This was a requirement because the aim of this consultation is to basically discuss your samples, discuss whether there's any changes that you want to make, and all of that sort of thing, which is really important. But I have never experienced a manufacturer that charges for such a thing, so that was super interesting for me to read. With this particular manufacturer, they wanted 50% of the overall cost of manufacturing the garments up front, and I just noted that they did actually provide me with a quotation for the shorts, which is unfortunate. The 50% was required in order to actually start the work. What was interesting, in their fine print, they also have the right to change the amount, which I don't know. It kind of makes sense in the sense that once they actually start creating the product, they might find that it's possibly a little bit more time consuming, but I don't believe that they would reduce the price, say if they realize that actually it doesn't take as long as we thought. So I don't know. What do you guys think of that? I did actually speak to this manufacturer on the phone, and they seemed really nice, and prior to them actually sending me a quotation, I sent them some samples of exactly how I wanted the garment to be, because I already have a similar garment. My Kai set, the pants are exactly how I wanted them to be. The shirt is also very much similar to how I want the new shirt to be. It's just the new shirt was going to be short sleeved. I also sent them my digital patterns so that they can have a look at the patterns that I was going to provide them and see whether that was something that they could work with. I actually need to email them because they need to send me back my samples, because obviously I'm not going to go with them because that is quite a hefty price if you ask me. So the next manufacturer that I received a quotation from was a manufacturer that randomly emailed me. Now typically I try not to entertain these types of manufacturers, but what was interesting about this manufacturer is that they provided me with like estimated cost of different garments. So I thought I'd share share some of the costs with you now. They are again another UK manufacturer. What was good about this company is that I feel like they're a little bit more startup friendly in the sense that they develop the patterns for you and they also offer you pattern adjustment for free. They also help with fabric sourcing. So the following prices are not actually cut, make, trim prices only. This is like the full garment. You receiving the full garment, like totally like made, and it's all manufactured in the UK. So roughly, to manufacture a shirt, the cost is from £95 sterling. That is so high, guys. To manufacture a trouser, the cost is from £85 sterling. To manufacture shorts, the cost is from £70 sterling. And as mentioned, this company provided quotations for many different items. So I just wanted to include the cost to manufacture a t-shirt. And please bear in mind that these prices are including fabric. So to manufacture a t-shirt, the cost was £70 sterling. The minimum order quantity for this company was 250 items, but this can be split over 5 styles. So it would be like 50 t-shirts, 50 shirts, 50 trousers, etc. So they also provided quotations for cut, make, trim, and this was with a minimum order requirement of 50 units. So for the shirt, it would be from £45. For the trouser, it would also be from £45. For the shorts, the price actually drops considerably, and that would be from £18. And for the t-shirt, that would be from £15. Come to look at these prices, I actually think the cut, make, trim price of the t-shirt is quite decent, because if I actually put it into perspective, the fabric that I use for the t-shirts for my brand cost me £6.50 per meter, and each t-shirt that I develop for my brand consumes 1 meter of fabric. So if I was to go to this company and manufacture 50 t-shirts, the cost per unit would be £21.50, and that's including the fabric that I've provided to them. So if we now take that price of £21.50 and we compare that with their full package production t-shirt price of £70, you're making a really big saving. So that's just a little bit of food for thought for you guys. Say if a manufacturer quotes you a ridiculous amount of money to manufacture a garment, try and break it down yourself and see whether you can source the fabric yourself for a cheaper price, and then ask them for that cut, make, trim price, because as you know, evidence shows it might be significantly cheaper. So a lot of people do tend to ask me timelines of manufacturing. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my gosh. So people often ask me for timelines, like how long does the process typically take? I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh my gosh. So people often ask me about timelines, like how long does the manufacturing process truly take? So what was good about this company is that they actually provided like a rough timeline, which I can, relay to you guys now, so you can get an idea of timelines in terms of garment production. So to develop the patterns and the toil sample, that's going to take 5 weeks. So it said 4 to 5 weeks. To develop the samples, that's going to take 2 to 3 weeks. Now to grade the samples, which basically means to get the other sizes, that's going to take up to 2 weeks. And then cut, make, trim production will take anything between 6 to 10 weeks depending on the volume. So of course, if you have more garments, it's going to take longer to develop. So this manufacturer manufactures everything in London, and apparently they manufacture it sustainably and ethically. One downfall of this company, which is common with a lot of companies in the UK, manufacturing companies, is that they don't offer embroidery or printing services. So you would have to then outsource that service for yourself. I personally use Shirt Monkey. I will have them linked below so that you can check them out and use them. They are the ones that do the printing for all my garments. So the next and final manufacturer that I'm going to speak on in this video is another London-based manufacturer. So they quoted me for 30 units of each garment that I wanted manufactured. This price is a cut, make, trim price only, so that means I'm providing the fabric, the trims, and all of that good stuff. For the trousers, they quoted me £50 plus VAT. For the shirts, they quoted me £50 again plus VAT. And for the shorts, they quoted me £45 plus VAT. They charge £75 for an initial design consultation, which, you know, I'm beginning to see this a lot, and I find it incredibly weird that they charge you to speak to them to potentially make business. But I guess maybe they don't want time wasters. I don't know, but I find it kind of weird. And I feel like maybe in the case of like these companies, perhaps they should consider, if they have like this design consultation that's got a price attached to it, they should probably offer to like refund that, like should you choose to go ahead and produce your garments with them, if it's a thing of time wasting. But I don't know, I find it really weird. I've never like paid a consultation fee for any like manufacturing that I've ever had. The consultation is for an hour, and I guess it's to basically discuss your designs further. So those are the quotations that I received when I started looking for clothing manufacturers here in the UK. I am definitely gonna film a part 2 after this video, because I definitely have more manufacturers to share with you guys. I think some of the quotations that I received that I'm gonna discuss in part 2 are a little bit more accessible. So please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification so that you know when part 2 is out. In the meantime guys, I will catch you in my very next video.